What's up, y'all? I'm Ryan.
I'm River.
We are b.creativ, and this is The Push. Today we're hitting number 10. We're getting to the end. Number 10 of our 11 unsustainable business fails that are killing your business. You are not upcycling or buying secondhand. Man, there is so much cool things, so much cool stuff you can do if you buy secondhand and upcycle, and it's way cheaper. Riv, I think we've already touched on this story, but why don't you remind our viewers about that we're ripping motorcycles across Vietnam. We stop in this cool city called Dalat, and we find pretty much the coolest coffee shop we've ever been to in our entire lives.
It might even be called Upcycle. I'm just making that up. I don't know
No,
what it's called.
It is. It's called Upcycle.
And so we go inside and we're like totally blown away because it was just so cool. All the shelves were secondhand wood. All the pieces of art on the wall were secondhand art, but the theme was secondhand bicycles. And so everything was made out of secondhand bicycle parts. So the pieces of metal that were holding up the shelves were like weird bicycle contraptions, like shifters and gears connected to pipes, that were holding up the shelves that held kind of secondhand coffee cups. And so everyone's mug was unique and different. Everyone's plate was unique and different. And they had vintage bicycles hanging from the ceilings, and they had a giant community bookshelf that was made out of bicycle parts. And it was just madness that you can get so creative and so unique with a space by using this kind of thematic secondhand upcycling shindig, right?
A couple more things that they had was their entire fan system was bicycle chains and gears, which was crazy. And then in the back, where they were playing really cool music, they kind of had this exploding record tower coming out of the ground that went all the way up the ceiling. I mean, this was a very artful place. The guy who created it was an architect and artist, but it was like the coolest place. And the tiling on the walls and on the floor, it was like all different tiles. Everything was mixed up because he just sourced everything from multiple different sources wherever he could find it. But it had such a cool feel.
And so you get a lot of value in this place from upcycling. And we mentioned in a couple episodes before that some of our music friends as merch have upcycled clothing from secondhand stores and then screen printed onto those and then sold those at merch. And so every city that they go to, they grab a little merch, screen print some shirts, and then sell it. And the profit margin is pretty high on doing something like that.
You don't have to buy boxes of crap from Alibaba, that each come wrapped in a piece of plastic, and it's unnecessary and
it's ungenuine. Honestly, it's
ingenuine.
It's ingenuine.
It's unnecessary. You can go to your local Goodwill, your local Salvation Army, and pick up a bunch of plain tees and take them to your local cool screen printer and get them to print your logos and designs on those shirts. And everyone's wearing a different shirt, but they're all cohesively branded throughout your space. It's going to be cool, and people are going to ask, man, I really like that shirt. That's really cool. And now you have a story. Yeah, we got them from the local Goodwill, and then we took them to this local artist, this cool screen printer, and we really try to be sustainably minded. And you just turned your uniforms at your office or restaurant or whatever it may be into a conversation piece with your customers about sustainability. When you're doing things sustainably, people love to hear it. They love to hear it, and they're going to tell other people. And now, by upcycling and doing things secondhand, you've just created this insane marketing tool, creating word of mouth around town that people are just going to blast off about how cool your stuff is, even not from a sustainable perspective. It's just cool.
It's just cool.
It's just cool. But you add the sustainability aspect to it and it takes it a level deeper. And man, people really resonate with that. And with sustainability being a high growth sector right now, if you look in any major industry, cars, consumer product goods, the sustainability market segment is skyrocketing right now. Food with the vegan and plant-based stuff. Anything you can do to attach yourself to sustainability is not just good for the world, but it's a business tactic, it's a marketing tactic. And thinking through the things you're using around your office, your uniforms, your plates and your knives and your cups, all of those things, man, it adds to the picture.
People talk about going viral. You want to go viral, make some art, make it cool, and give it to people. Then they're going to do what they do best, right? They're going to take your mission, they're going to take your purpose, your sustainability, your artistic nature, and they're going to spread that and share that, because that's what happens with cool things. Cool things become cooler, and lame things become lamer.
Yep.
That's just how things work, and that's why fads die, right? And that's why art has never died, because art isn't a fad. Art is just art.
Totally. We just talked a couple episodes about the visual sustainability of art and using art within your business to project your brand. And it works every time. It adds value to people. We love seeing cool stuff. I mean, that's what the human experience is all about, is beauty. And by creating artful pieces around your work, or having an artful style to the way that you do business as a whole, man, you're just going to separate yourself from the competition tenfold. So I know that you've had all these cool ideas of, I could do this, this, and this, but you probably get bogged down in the mundane aspects of business. We all do. It's hard to take that step back and have all that creativity when you're in the midst of running operational business. And I've experienced that myself. I remember before I ran a business, I had a million ideas, of all these cool things. And then you get into it and then you're like, what were all those ideas I had before? And, we still have ideas and stuff, but you get lost in the mix a little bit. So I think this would be a great time to maybe try to take a step back and see how you can bring art and creativity into your business. And it will help your business flourish and thrive.
And maybe let's take a second to just touch on art, right? What is art? And because maybe some people have the perception of art is what we see in the Museum of Contemporary Art, and someone splashes paint onto a canvas in an abstract way that's supposed to make you feel expression, but that looks like a 5-year-old could do it, even though a 5-year-old didn't do it, and someone that was really good at art did do it. So that is art, yes, right? But art is also just expressive creation, right? A good piece of writing can be art.
Yep.
If you write a paragraph that's inspiring and then you put it on the wall at your business or your restaurant, and people walk in and they see this giant, beautiful piece of script there telling them something that makes them feel good, right? That inspires them, that is inherently an act of creation, and that is art, right? You write, and I know we've all seen this, right? When we were little or whatever, we had the Snapple, or the tea bags, or any number of different things. And you take the cap off, or you open the packaging, and then there's a little note inside, like the fortune cookie model.
The note or puzzle.
And then you find a little piece of enjoyment in that. And that is a piece of art in and of itself within the construct of branding. And so it's not limited to, we have to paint a mural on the wall. Oh my God, we have to paint the outside of our building from a famous artist. No, it's just be thoughtful in your creative expression and share that with people. That's art. A blog post can be artistic if the tone and voice and syntax and structure of it speak to people in a coherent and creative way. A scientific article can be art in its experience of uncovering information, if that's necessary, right? And then we add on top of that, right? We add the design, and now a scholarly article gets designed in a cool way that gets published into a cool looking magazine or whatever, and we're talking about urban infrastructure, and who thinks that that's art? except for the people who created it because they were so passionate about their expression.
Totally. Totally. I've been to restaurants that have old books stacked up on each table, or they have board games that were clearly gotten from Goodwill or some other thrift store on a shelf right by the table. So you can pick up a couple old Trivial Pursuit cards and quiz your friend that you're sitting down eating with on some random trivia questions. All of those things are kind of artful additions to an establishment, and it's really cool. You take your favorite art or buy art on your travels, or from local artists, and hang it in the restaurant or office, and you're now supporting the local community, and you're adding artful additions to your experience at the business. When people are waiting at the counter, in a line at your spot, they have something cool to look at, and people appreciate that. Maybe recycle those pieces of art every so often, maybe give them away to friends, and then get new stuff in there. And yeah, just really think about how you can enrich your space with secondhand goods. The opportunities are limitless. You can walk around a thrift store and have a million ideas of little cool things you can do with certain things. So explore your thrift store. It's a super fun thing to do on a Sunday. See what you can get. Don't buy crap you're not going to use, but you can get really inventive with the way you use certain things, and not many people are doing it. So have fun with it.
If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up or share your experience or send us pictures. We would love to see what you're doing and help spread that across our community network, just so everyone can see what others are doing within this space.
Definitely. Share it. Get it out there, man. Show everyone the cool stuff you're doing, which will lead into our last and final episode. So for now, thanks for joining us. My name's Ryan.
My name's River.
And we are Be Creative. Have a good one.